Good evening. Welcome to Therapy Thursday. This is Pat from Pat's Card Corner, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And thanks for joining me tonight. So, whoop, I'm a little bit behind here. I don't know. I got a new computer now. For some reason, in the last couple days, every time I log into anything, it's asking me for my password. And you know how you don't remember all your passwords all the time? Well, that's what's happening. All right. So, I'm going to close that up. I had that open because I was trying to get out one of the stamps that I'm going to use. So tonight, I'm going to use this stamp set, Sweet Little Stockings. I think I called it Sweet Stockings in the in my little notice thing. Obviously, there's a word little in there too, because they are little. But we're going to make a treat holder today. And I don't know what's wrong with my thing up here. Well, for some reason, I got lots of space today. All right, well, we're going to leave it. And hopefully you can still see everything okay. And now you're going to be able to see all my mess, which is normally on the side, and it's not going to be today. That's okay. Okay, so if you're watching, please say hi and let me know that you're here. And anyway, we're going to get started. So I am using this stamp set, and we're going to get out all the pieces of what we're going to need. And these are the pieces. There's not a whole lot, but we are going to do some cutting and some scoring because we're going to make like a little treat holder box. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. Hey Sharon, I know it is a long time no see. I know, we had a fun time crafting this afternoon. So now she gets to do something else with me too. Okay, so for this project, you're going to need, I've got something on there, a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to do some cutting and scoring on this. Then you also need, this is my scrap piece of basic white. I'm going to need a scrap piece because I'm going to be stamping one of these little stockings, a stamp, I don't know, a cat or a dog, I haven't decided yet, one of those, and some other stuff from the set. So I need this little, that's my scrap piece. So there's really no dimension on that one, just a scrap. Then I have a piece of, this is Pool Party. This piece is Cherry Cobbler. This is Pool Party, and this piece is 2 3/4 by 5. Then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper that is from the matching paper set, and out of my, I think it's called Sweet Stockings. But yes, it is. It is called Sweet Stockings. So there's, I'm going to show you some of the other paper that's in here. It's really cute. So this is one of the papers that's in there. It's like little lights. But you can see now we got a dog all tangled in the lights. A little design on the back. Some really cute stockings. You could cut these out too and use those. Another pretty design. Some cats and dogs. I think these are so cute. Little antlers on them. And there's another really cute design on the back of that one. Some big stockings that you could cut out if you don't want to stamp your own. You can just cut them right from this paper, and the dies that go with this will fit these stockings, so you don't really have to even cut them. You can just die cut them out, so it's kind of cool. Then there's some little stars on the back, and here's some more little kitties and doggies on this one. Isn't that sweater cute? I just noticed it, but I think it matches this little paper right here exactly. Isn't that cute? And then there's some stripes on the back. So fun paper. Oh, and then there's this one with the lights, and on the back of that, which you can't see very well, I've used this paper a bunch, is like a little woven pattern, so kind of cute. Hey Laura. It is not, well, it's cold here too, but it's Virginia Beach, so it's not that cold. I'm sure it's not anywhere near like Michigan. I think we're in the 60s maybe here, high 50s, something like that. So It hasn't gotten real cold here yet. Okay, so this piece is 2 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then you're going to need a couple circles. This circle is about, I think I measured it and I told you it was 2 1/4. This one is 2 1/4. This is about 2 1/2. And then this is a 1 inch and this is about a 1 1/4 inch circle. So if you don't have circle dies, these are from the layering circle dies. If you, these two are, the scalloped ones are. This is tiny scalloped. These are actually punches, but there are ones in the circle dies that match it, but a punch is just faster and easier, so sometimes I resort to that. You can use squares. So if you're using a square, it would be 2 1/2 and then 2 1/4, and this would be a 1 inch square and a 1 1/4 inch square. So, okay. Hey Meg, how are you? Okay, so let's get started, and this I said was my scrap, and we're going to use this 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 piece. So I'm just going to move these out of the way, and then we're going to make our little box out of this one. So you will need your paper trimmer. Okay, I want to know how Laura and Meg know each other. I know that they know each other, but they don't live anywhere near each other, because I think Meg is in Florida, if I'm right. I'm just curious. Are you sisters? Are you just friends? So just in my mind, curious. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, this is the 5 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score on this side at 1 1/4. So I'm going to put it on 1 1/4. And this is my scoring blade, so if you make sure you move your cutting blade out of the way. So the scoring blade is the light gray one if you have the Stampin' Up trimmer. So you're going to score it at 1 1/4. And then you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to scoot over to 4 1/4 over here. Okay, so that's 1 1/4 and 4 1/4, and this is the 5 1/2 inch side. Ah, a long story. Oh, I'm on your TV. Oh, I feel like a TV star now. Okay, now we're going to turn it to the 8 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score this one at 5 1/4, which is way down here. Oop. So we're going to score this at 5 1/4, and then we're going to score it at 6 1/2. So I'm going to have to put my little arm out here, and we're going to go down to 6 1/2, and we're going to score it there. Okie doke. Okay, now I'm going to just move this out of the way and get my scissors because they're not on my desk. Well, technically they're on my desk, but not where I'm sitting at my desk, so. Okay. So I am going to fold it up a little bit. This is dark paper, so it's kind of hard to see, but if it's scored, or not scored, folded and creased, you can kind of see a little better where we're going to cut. Okay, so this part is going to fold up and kind of be the bottom of our box, and this is going to be the top. So what we are going to do, oh, I forgot one thing. Oh, get your trimmer back out. I knew I forgot something. This is the most important step too. All right. Okie doke. We're going to do it. Okay. We're going to do it on the 5 1/8 inch side. And I've got to get going. Okay. So you want your paper to be, because we're going to do one more thing that we have to score, and I almost forgot. And it's one of the most important ones too, but I forgot. Okay, so you want your paper to be where the longest part is here and where the shorter ones are over here. I think that's right. Well, yeah, well, we're going to flip it around, so it doesn't really matter. But we want to put this on the 3 1/4 inch mark, but we're only going to score it down to the fold line, or the horizontal score line. And you can kind of probably see it now that I'm going to kind of stick, it's right there. Right there. I don't know if you can see on mine, but you're just going to score it just that little bit. So you're only going to score it right down to that line. And you can kind of see on your thing. So it only scores right to the line right there. Then we're going to flip our paper over. You flip it this way so it stays the same way. So you're not going to flip it any other way. You're just going to flip it like a pancake. And again, we're going to put this at the 3 1/4 inch, and we're going to score in the same spot, right from the top, right only to that score line, and it's directly across from the other one that we just did. Oops, what am I doing? I don't need that. So you can kind of put your, you can kind of line up your little, there's a little line on the side here, and you can line it up where your thing is so that you don't go below it, but you're just gonna score right there. So it only goes right to the line. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that. So I'm gonna fold it a little bit so you can see. So that's where your score line is. It's very important that we do that too. Okay, hope that made sense. Oh wow, you've never met in real life, only, oh wow, what fun. One day I hope you get to meet in real life. So I bet you would be great friends. Okay, so now this is where the fun part comes in. Okay, so this is the box, how we did it before, and then you can see your little score lines are right here. Right where those are, we're just going to cut only to the score line. So you have like a little flap, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. But we're actually going to cut this piece off. But this, so it kind of looks like that, but we're actually going to cut that piece off. So you can just cut right down the line, just like this. Ah, I need bigger scissors. Do that very straight there. Sometimes I like to do my cutting before I actually fold it because I think I get a straighter line. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I feel that way. Got a little piece stuck down here in the corner. There we go. Okay, so we cut that part off, and then we're going to cut this flap off too. I'm going to do it from this side. Maybe that would be easier. Okay, so now your piece should look like this. Now, on the sides, on here, so your sides, and then you fold it up. Right in the middle, you're going to cut only to the score line. And on this side, you're going to cut only to the score line. Just like that. So you have a flap there, and then we're going to turn it and do the same thing on the other side. I hope this is making sense, by the way. Okay, so this is what your piece should look like. So these are actually going to fold up like this, and that's going to make the little box. You can kind of see, and then this is the upper part. So I am going to use a little corner rounder right on these two corners right here, just because I think it makes it look a little better. So you don't have to. If you don't have a corner rounder, you don't have to. But Stampin' Up has one, so of course I'm going to use it. So just a little hint, if you have this one, this is called the Detail Trio. You need to press it, if you press it on the end, it's not actually going to cut it. You have to actually press it right in the middle. And some people don't do that and they think it's really hard to use, but if If you just put your hand right on top and just press right down, perfect little rounded corners right there. And while I'm at it, while I have this out, I'm also going to take these two pieces and we're going to round the top. So if your paper is directional, you need to make sure you're doing the top. So we're going to round the corners of the top of this one and the top of this one. This one, it doesn't really have a top and a bottom yet. It will now, because now this is the top. So we rounded all those corners. Like I said, you don't have to. You can leave it square if you like. I just kind of like the rounded look. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the box. All right, so to put the box together, this part is going to flip up. This is going to fold into here. So these are going to be, we're actually going to do those first. So these will fold up. And then this one is going to fold over, and these are going to go towards the back of the box because this is the back. So that way you don't have your flap in the front where you can see the seam. The little seam is kind of in the back. So you can use tear and tape, or you can use multi-purpose liquid glue, whichever one you want. You can also just do a little bit of making this look like a little pie piece. And which is just kind of cut a teeny little wedge right there, like a real skinny little pie piece, and it just kind of helps it fold up a little bit better than it being even. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I'm going to flip my thing around here. So you don't really need to take off very much. You can see how small the little pieces are. But when you're folding the box up, it just helps make it a little smoother. You just need to make sure that you're making your ends meet. So if you want to put tear and tape on it, this would be like the front. You're actually going to flip it over and you're going to put the tear and tape on the back of the flaps right here. And that is what I'm going to do as soon as I find what I did with my tear and tape. There it is. It's underneath my trimmer. Oh, you're holding your grandbaby. I wish we could see your grandbaby. Julie is a brand new grandmother. I think he's maybe 2 weeks old. I'm not even sure he's that old. So we're going to put the tear and tape on this way. If you're putting multi-purpose glue on here, obviously you don't need to. You're going to put it over the whole thing, but since I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape, we're going to do it this way. And there we go. So you want it right on the edge there. You need to cut this off. Kind of went a little over the side there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to flip that over, and we're going to take this off. And we're just going to fold it up. This is the back, this is the tall side. We're just going to fold this up so that it meets right down here and just press it on there. And then we're going to do the same with this side. As soon as I get the little piece off, we will. Alright, it wants to be sticking on there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do the same to this side. We're just going to fold this up and fold this in. I'm going to make sure the sides match there, because that. So now your kind of box is going to look like this. This piece is going to fold up and over. So we're going to put some tear and tape on this piece now too. You probably could have done that before when I was doing the other tear and tape, but I didn't. Okay, and then we're going to put some on this side. box is kind of in the way here. Do it this way. And again, you want to have it go right underneath where it folds up. Okay, so let me cut this off here. Went a little bit too far. Not sure what that is. What is that? My box is shredding. Hello. Okay. So I'm gonna just do one side at a time, obviously. This one. Take that off. Okay, and then this is just going to go up, and you want to make sure that the bottom is even, and it should be even with the back. There you go. And then we're going to do the same with this side. Let's cut that little piece off there. Make it easier to get off here. There we go. And it does. Sometimes I forget to do that, but if you run over your bone folder over it before you try and take the backing off, it comes off much better. And then just kind of make sure you fold it up so the bottom is even, and it should be even with the top. And there you go. There's your little box. Now all we have to do is decorate it. So these two pieces that we had out earlier and that we rounded the corners on the top with, let me take this off and this off. They are just going to layer on top of each other, just like that. So we're just going to glue those down, and I've misplaced my glue. All right, I just had it a minute ago. All right. No, I like the back of this paper too. That's pretty, but there's no maroon on it. I know it seems kind of weird to have Pool Party and Cherry Cobbler together, but that's the colors of the paper. I have another one to do too that is different colors on it, because I wasn't sure if I liked the other one. The other colors in this paper, this gold color, looks gold, is actually Bumblebee. But when I put it together, all I kept thinking of was the Washington Redskins, because that's their color, like maroon and gold. So I thought, no, I'm going to use Pool Party instead. So this piece is going to go right inside here. So we're just going to put some adhesive on the back, and then we're just going to stick it right in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to, you could put this on before you put your box together, but it's just as easy to do it this way too. And kind of slid around there just a tad. Okay, so we put that on like that. Okay, and then these pieces we're going to stamp on. Well, we're not going to stamp on there quite yet, because I want to stamp one of these stockings, and we're going to die cut it out and put it on here, and also a dog or a cat. So what do you think, a dog or a cat? I was trying to decide that myself. I'm watching my daughter's dog, but the dog does not look her dog does not look anything like that. She's a little Pomeranian, so the ears are kind of on the top, not hanging down like this dog, but this dog is kind of cute. So I'm actually going to use this stocking, which is like the middle-sized stocking. So I am going to stamp that in Memento Black and then color it with some Stampin' Blends markers. So I have all those ready too. So I'm just going to stamp it right down here. And then, so what do we think? A dog or a cat? Anybody have an opinion or not? I'm not sure how fast my feed over here is going. So while I wait to see if anybody weighs in on that, I'm going to do a little coloring. So I think I'm going to try to decide what color I wanted to color him, but okay, a cat it is. The cat does look kind of cute. Let's see. We're going to use some cherry cobbler light. Make sure I get the skinny end since this is kind of skinny here. Right on there. So stripe piece here. And I'm going to make the top of this stocking. This is Pool Party Light. Where's my dark? Pool Party. Oh look, you can see the top of my head. All right. And so this is the top part. It's got a little piece down here. The toe. Just gonna kind of color it in right there. Make that a little darker. And just gonna kind of color it in with this. I could have thought about this before I decided what I was going to do. When I was growing up, my sister and I had matching stockings, and they were actually turquoise, and they had these like cutout words that were done in silver and stuff. My brother's stocking was red. I don't know why we had turquoise ones and why he had red ones, but we did. So I'm going to make the inside part, I think cherry cobbler. We'll see how that looks. If I don't like it, you know, I can always do another one. So this will be kind of like a combination of my brother's stocking when we were growing up and my sister's and mine. She used to always accuse me of taking all the candy out of her stocking because she said I couldn't tell which one was mine and which one was hers. But I didn't do that. She just thinks I did, but I really didn't. You know, a little bit of sibling rivalry, I guess. It's okay. She still loves me. And we're just going to color this in. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. All right. And then we voted on a cat. The cat face is kind of cute, I will say. There's another little animal on here, and I did another one of these boxes, and I'll show you later. I don't know if you can see this. This one right here. This is a dog, and this is a cat. What do we think this is? A hamster? He looks like a hamster to me. Or a mouse? Gerbil? Hamster? I don't know. It doesn't look like a dog or a cat. It looks like some kind of little hamster. So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, this is the cat. He is cute. So we are going to stamp this one in Memento ink too. And we're just going to put him right here. Oh no, isn't that cat cute? And I'm going to cover this up before I stick my hand in it. Okay. So I think I'm going to make the cat gray. Because, I don't know, gray cats. I used to have a cat. He was black. And I got a little polished pink here, so we can kind of do is put a little bit on his ear. if that's going to show up or not, but oh, maybe a little pink on his nose too. All right. Let's see. So we have a little bit of gray. I'm going to use some little bit of smoky slate. Kind of colored. It's got some little freckles, little spots. Get his arms a little bit. I don't know. Any of you have pets? So we'll see kind of what he looks like. The third animal is a hamster. It does look like a hamster. I think so too. When I first did it, I thought, oh, it's a little cat, until I actually was looking at it later, and it's like, this is not a cat. This is a hamster. I had hamsters growing up too. Our first hamster was called Flash because he was very fast and he would escape all the time. And then, you know, hamsters don't live very long, so that hamster he passed away. And then we got another hamster that was a female. She was just as fast, so she was Flashette. You know, little French hamster, I guess. So, here we go. One little cat. Okay, so these can be die cut out with the dies, or you can cut them out, and I might just cut them out just because that's probably faster than me getting out my dies. I don't know, if I had the dies already out, it would probably be faster just to do that, but this is pretty easy. So it just goes to show you, you don't have to have the dies if you have the stamp set. Especially if you like dogs and cats and Christmas. I think I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Dogs require a lot of work. Because we are currently watching my daughter's dog, which is fine, I don't mind, but she's a lot of work. You gotta walk her and all that. You don't have to walk a cat. Although we had a cat when my daughters were younger, and they tried to walk him on a leash. He did not like that at all. And he wouldn't walk, so then they ended up carrying him. They didn't understand that. But here we go. One stocking, and this would probably be easier if I did this on the, I actually cut this one out. But we'll just see what happens. See how many whiskers I cut off and how many whiskers this cat ends up with. All right. Oops. I'm showing you my mad cutting skills here. So hopefully if you are crafting along with me, you are cutting something out of your own, or die cutting it, or coloring it, or something. I'm not sure if any of you own this stamp set yet, or if you plan to buy it. So, but it could be on sale. You might have seen other places, or if you get my my newsletter, if you signed up for my newsletter, then you would see it on there, that Stampin' Up is going to have a sale November 16th through the 18th, and they haven't said what's going to be on sale, but it's typically some of the stuff that's in the winter catalog, or the August, well, it's actually July through December catalog. So, but it's only going to be for 2 days. It's going to be the 16th and the 18th of November. Last year they did a sale that they called an online extravaganza, but they did it at the end of the month, like right after Thanksgiving, you know, kind of like a Black Friday kind of sale. But this year they decided to do it early. I guess they want to make sure that everybody gets what they want, and they have plenty of time to ship it and all that than if they wait till the beginning of December, because you never know what the post office is going to be doing. So it's going to cut a little bit in here. Okay, there we go. We have one, whoops, little kitty. There we go, one cat. Okay, so we are going to put the cat in the stocking on this little circle here, but I just realized, you know what looked cute is, let's see if I have I had an extra piece here somewhere. I do have an extra piece. Ha, there we go. I bet it would look cute if we had a circle with that on it. We might do that. Okay. This would not. I'm going to try this. I think that. Let's see if I see how that is. I kind of like that. Yep, I think we're going to do that. It just looks less white. And we're going to put that on there. Okay, so I just switched my circles out. Instead of a white one, I'm going to do this one. If you're stamping directly on here, then I would leave that, but I don't know why. I just feel like being a little different. Although you could use that side too. Ooh, maybe that side. All right, who wants to take a vote? This side or the other side? I'm gonna flip this over. That side. Or we can have white. I think the white, this looks too white. That's what I was thinking. I don't like that. All right. Here, we're gonna go with the lights. I change my mind all the time. All right, I decided to go with the lights on the other side. It'll match the other paper too, so it'll be fine. If I don't like it, I can always change it. Both sides of the circle, I know. I'm gonna do this one though. Okay, I just put it on the back side though. That's all right. Okay, so this little stocking and this little cat are gonna go on dimensionals. So, which are right here. So we're just gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this. And a dimensional on the back of his little cat. And they're going to go right there. Oh good, Sharon likes my choice. I'm not a complete crazy person. Little cat's going to go right here. This is our box, so this is going to go right here on the front of our box. Now you want to make sure that your circle does not go below the bottom of the box, because otherwise it won't stand up. So you don't want it to overhang. You want when you're putting your circle on, to only go toward the bottom. So I am going to put this on dimensionals also. So, but you can see it kind of, I'm not sure if you can see, you can tell that it goes above the top, so you want to make sure you don't put a dimensional at the top. So I kind of stuck my finger there, and now I know just to put dimensionals below that. So I'm going to put one at the bottom and kind of one right there. Now I know that one's there. I can put one right on the opposite side, just like that. So you just don't want to have one at the top because it'll show, and then when you put your little bag that has the candy in it, it will show. So there's your little box, and now you need this other little, now you're probably wondering, well, what's this piece for? And I just thought you need something that you're going to tie your little treat bag, a little tag to put on it. And one of the things on here says peace, joy, and kisses. And it would be really cute to put a little bag of Hershey Kisses inside here. for Christmas. So that's what I'm going to stamp that little Peace, Joy, and Kisses as soon as I get it out. It is in here somewhere. There it is. And you know, I have been looking for Hershey Kisses in the store for like a week, and the only ones I've been looking for, you know, they have all this Christmas candy out already, but there are no Christmas Hershey Kisses. There were no autumn colored Hershey Kisses. You know how they, every season they'll do, you know, like red and green for Christmas, and then they'll do, in the fall, they'll do ones that are kind of like orange and gold and, you know, like autumn colors. Well, there weren't any of those this year. I don't know why. It's like, are we having a shortage on Hershey Kisses and I don't know it? But the only ones I could find were the silver ones, and I thought, well, I didn't really want to buy those because they, it's not what I wanted. So anyway, I'm going to stamp this in Cherry Cobbler. So it's so there we go. And then this is going to go onto here. I am going to put this on dimensionals, but I'm going to put a little hole in this first with a little hole punch. This is a small hole punch. It's smaller than, you know, a regular punch like you're punching paper. It's just got a little tiny hole. You can see the little tiny hole. But I wanted to put that in first because it's going to kind of get hidden. It's stuck on my hand by this piece. But I am putting this piece on dimensionals. So, and that's going to make it easier to put the string through it when we're putting that on. Okay. So, put this on. I don't know. I have tons of Halloween candy that I could put on here in my bag, but I really want to put Kisses in there because of my thing. So we also need some of this black and white twine. This was part of the pet. It's in the annual catalog. It's not in the Christmas catalog. It's in the annual catalog. All right. This is coming unraveled here. So I need to get it through the hole. There we go. There we go. So we're going to have that. Probably don't need that big of a piece, but okay. So Stampin' Up also has, in their annual catalog, they have printed gusseted bags. Now this bag is probably a little bit long for what, but it's going to fit perfect inside this box. And it's got like little starbursts, so they could be kind of like little snowflakes on it. So I don't have any Hershey Kisses. I do have some Hershey bars, so I'm just going to throw those in here as soon as I find them in my drawer here. I have a drawer full of candy next to my desk because I use it, I keep it there for when I'm trying to figure out treats that I want to do. So we're just going to throw some Hershey candy bars in here. Somebody would be very lucky because they would get 5 of these. You can fit quite a few in there just because it'll fit. Just so you can kind of get an idea of how it's going to go. Oops, we're going to put these the other way. And go up and down. So these would fit right inside. It would be better to have Hershey Kisses. Then you're just going to take your little thing with the tag on it and pull it around. You're just going to tie that. Your little bag. You've got the little tag hanging on it. Just put it in a little bow. And of course, you have to use your imagination that there are Hershey Kisses in here. And then you have your little bag with, there we go. 3 little things. This is a little long, so all you have to do is kind of grab a hold of it, cut it off. There you go. Or you could cut it beforehand. And there you have a cute little, oops, this is too long, isn't it? Let's cut that off. Hold on. Let's fix my bow a little bit. Kind of got a little wonky there. There we go. Now it's better. Got a little box, little cat. You can put a dog on it. It says peace and joy and kisses for Christmas, and perfect for putting in someone's stocking. I know, who heard of a Hershey shortage? That would be bad. So there you go. You could put other treats in it too. I just kind of, that sentiment just kind of seemed to fit Hershey Kisses, and if they were colored, you know, the ones with the red and green, they would be very cute in your little box. So there you go. One fun little box. And I actually think I like this paper matching this in the background much better than the white. So I'll show you one that I did earlier as soon as I find them. Usually when I'm testing something out and I'm not sure, I pick paper that I have lots of, and I had lots of the paper from, this is from last year, but they brought it back this year too. So this is that little, I thought it was like a little cat, but it's really a gerbil. This one I had extra things on it because the red on red I just didn't like, so, and there wasn't another color. So, but you know, you can kind of imagine this one has, you know, if it had candy in it, it looks a whole lot better. But I really do think that that's a hamster. And a gray hamster is kind of not the right color. So then it started kind of looking like a mouse that had its, you know, jaws full of candy. So I don't know. But this is much cuter. I like this much better. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put that other one aside, and that will go to, who knows who it's going to go to. So I hope you like this project. It's really easy. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you too. So if you want to make these and leave them for someone, you can take a 2-inch circle punch and punch a circle right here, and it'll hang on a doorknob. And I know it sounds like 2 inches sounds too small, but it will work on a regular, you know, round size doorknob if you have those, or if, you know, somebody has the doorknob that's more like a handle that, you know, that you push down on, it'll fit on there too. And then you can just hang them on somebody's door and leave them, you know, office door, classroom door, house door on a house, anywhere you want. So you can, this is tall enough that you can put a circle right in there and use it to hang on the door if you wanted. I kind of like it kind of just like this. It does stand up, so it makes a perfect little treat if you wanted to, you know, have a little treat for something else. So, and you can make 2 of these with 1 sheet of cardstock, because it takes a 5.5 by 8.5, which is 1, and it really doesn't take very much of the designer series paper at all. It's just a small piece, so you can make lots of these for, you know, not a lot of money and not a lot of using up a lot of supplies. So anyway, hope you like it, and I hope you have a great night. And if you make these, I'd love for you to post a picture so I can see. It's always fun to see what other people do with the same project, because you can use any papers, any stamps that you'd like for this. This would also be really cute with the penguins, the penguin place stamps. So use your imagination and have fun. So have a great evening, and I will see you next week for Therapy Thursday, and enjoy your night.